Hello, hope everyone is well. Um, so, the 29th of December 2022, Pele left the earth for hopefully a more peaceful place. And our condolences go out to his family and his close friends. Myself and Billy, you know, we're too young to actually have seen him play. There's only YouTube highlights, but a lot of people have come out and actually said that he was the greatest player ever to have lived. We are living in a generation now where we have the likes of Ronaldinho, Messi, Ronaldo. Um, who else is there? There's
Zidane.
Zidane, and yeah, we are just very, very fortunate to literally have these type of players. But a question to you, Billy. Um, since Pele's passing, how has that made you think about the legacy that Messi and Ronaldo will be leaving on football?
It's a difficult one to answer. I said on the show a couple of weeks ago. Well, I say a couple of weeks ago. I think it was last week. The World Cup final with Argentina, and knowing that it was Messi's last World Cup, Messi's last international game, got me a bit emotional. When you think about the likes of Pele, Maradona, um, Messi, Ronaldo, they're considered the four greatest, if you will. And I think that the generation that we live in, that we have been blessed to witness the likes of Messi and Ronaldo, if we see them, if they pass away, then you think that um, you'd just be speechless with everything they've done. Obviously, like you've touched upon, we weren't as lucky to watch Pele play, so we can't really comment on how he was as a footballer. But what we can comment on is the legacy that he's left behind, everything that he's done. If you think about the Johan Cruyff, for instance, Pele was doing that before Cruyff was. If you look at the Ronaldo chop, Pele was doing that before Ronaldo was chopping. If you think about all these skill moves and everything that people have created over time, Pele was the originator of that. And there may be people before him that have done it, and I'll hold my hands up to apologize for that in advance. But for now, what I've seen and what I've been told, Pele did it before anyone else. Pele was one of the first to actually do the showboating skills, to score all the goals. And a lot of people make the argument about a farmers league. It was easy for him to score all the goals, but a lot of people forget that he was doing it at the World Cup against top nations. He was doing it in, I think it was European competitions. I can't quite remember it, but I think he was playing against the likes of AC Milan and all these other great teams, and he was doing bits and scoring against them as well. A question comes to you, Tabrice, that I want to ask. How do you feel, knowing after obviously Pele's passed now, do you think we're going to get anyone that's going to reach the amount of sort of goals that we see from Pele or we see from Ronaldo and Messi?
Good question. I think so. There's always someone that's already been born or someone that no one knows about that's not even being conceived at this present moment in time. I think there's
Mm,
always going to be a couple of players that will kind of challenge those records.
mm,
I can imagine a lot of people who saw Pele play. We're looking at probably people who are in their 60s, 70s, possibly, um, even around the same age. There is like going to be a time where those people would also have transitioned. So the
yeah,
only memories that we have, is from YouTube. Is from the old film. Um, so I I I firmly believe that there's going to be players that are going to come close. I know Ronaldo is is pretty close to a couple of his records, if not surpassed, maybe one or two. I'm not too sure. Exactly what you said before. He Pele did it at the elite level, the World Cup, winning
Yeah.
3 World Cups. Still the only player to actually do that. And again, like the tricks, the confidence, the like sheer yeah, ability that he had on those type of pitches, when again the referees didn't favor the attacking players. He would get chopped down, like the 2-footed challenges, the elbows in the face. We're like talking about when football was crazy. And yeah, it's a very sad moment in like football. But I mean, I think what makes it a slightly better is that we all knew something was going to happen, but we didn't know when. So it's not like a huge shock. We all knew that he was in like hospital, and so it was just going to be a matter of time. But no, I kind of firmly believe that there's like always someone waiting in the wings. And let's say we're talking about Haaland and Mbappe at this present moment in time, and I'm sure that there's going to be other players or superstars, as I said before, who are young or even haven't been born yet.
Just wanted to quickly add a photo on here. If you haven't seen him, that is the man who has sadly passed, Pele, holding 3 World Cups, which I believe he won. Did he win more than 3, or was it just 3 World Cups he won?
He won 3. So like his first one he won in 17. And the other ones I don't even want to even stake a claim in terms of the age or even the year. But again, a lot of people say, I think again it was one of the 1970 Brazilian teams was probably the best team ever assembled. Highlights are on YouTube, and people can go there and actually look at not only Pele but the Brazilian team. And yes, it takes a team to win a World Cup. 100%. Pele didn't win it, score all the goals. He like needed help from his teammates. But like there was a fear every time Pele was literally on the pitch. There was an aura that he gave off to not only his, not like only to the opposition, but also to his teammates. And again, as a kind of black man, I can't even imagine that kind of, I'd say, like the language that he probably endured over his career, from like players and spectators and managers alike, possibly. And he kind of held himself in like pure dignity. There's footage of him and Maradona doing headers together, which is, imagine like two icons actually playing head tennis with each other. Now they're in hopefully like a more peaceful place, and now looking like down on like the next crop of players, now telling those players, now come and challenge us. Now let's see what you guys can do. We have like created this pathway for you guys. Let's see if you can elevate the game.
Yeah, I think you've hit the nail on the head there. I think that overall, I got asked a question the other day that was a really good question. With old players, how much do you reckon they would go for in the current market? In the current transfer market, how much do you think these players are worth? And I got to the likes of Ronaldinho and I said 200 mil plus, all these sorts of numbers. But then it came to Pele and I couldn't give an answer. I didn't know genuinely how much this man was worth when it comes to the current transfer market. Could he be the first £500 million player? The numbers this guy was putting up, the World Cups he won, the performances he was making, Like I said, he was well, not like I said, but he was nicknamed the King for a reason. Every skill move we see today was already done by Pele, and we just didn't even know it. But yeah, to Brees, how much do you reckon old players would be worth in the current transfer market?
I mean, what a question. You know, and again, I'll be absolutely honest with you. I can't even make that type of judgment because again, I have not seen Pele play. So, I can only go on highlights, even though everyone knows that, the amazing stuff that he did on the pitch. I just to kind of take a guess, if you're kind of looking at someone like Mbappe or even Cristiano Ronaldo moved from Real Madrid to Juventus in his 30s for close to 50, 60 million. So that kind of gives you an idea on how much Pele could be worth. Double or triple that in his prime. Neymar went for how much? Close
222 million, I think it
Wow,
was.
imagine.
So if
And
you look at the likes of Neymar,
coming
that's why I said Ronaldinho's an easy 200 plus, because I think
yeah,
Ronaldinho's better than things, but
yeah.
I think Pele's probably the greatest Brazilian to ever play the game.
And again, our kind of thoughts kind of go out to Pele's family and his close friends. And we can kind of safely say that his legacy will definitely live on.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for everyone for tuning in. Please like and subscribe. We will be back next week with some more footballing news, debates, opinions, and football banter. Thank you guys for watching.
Cheers, guys. Take care.